So here we're going to make the twin lizard bracelet. You're going to need a bunch of seed-esque beads, 2 different colors. Call them A and B. In this case, aubergine and black. You'll need about 6 feet of some sort of cord. It has to be thin enough to be able to go through the beads twice. And then a lobster clasp and a ring. And first thing you're going to want to do is set aside enough beads to fit the pattern that you're going to be doing. So one of them is going to be mostly A with bits of B. The other one will be mostly B with bits of A. And so I'll sort of show you what that looks like. Now these don't look exact like what they're going to be when they're on the string, but this is mostly to make sure that you know you have enough of the correct colors and you know what you have extra, because you will be using that between the tails to add some extra length to the bracelet. So at this point, then we're going to grab our cord and we're going to find the halfway point. So find the matching ends. And voila. Nice little loop at the other end. And then we're going to do a hitch knot with the little metal ring. So that's going to be where one of the noses is this. So loop it through. Open up the point a little more and pull both tails through. This is a really bad way of showing this. And whee! So you end up with a nice little ring on the end of the string. And this will be one end. And so now you're going to have both ends where you can work with them, because you're going to be stringing a lot of stuff. So we've got one here, one here. If you remember making these at like summer camp or something, yeah, it's the exact same principle. So you got both ends. You're going to take the nose of one of them and you'll thread through, and then the same direction that you just put it through, I'm going to put the other one. Sometimes you gotta make it just a little bit thinner so it goes through. So then you've got 2 tiny ends, one coming out of each side. You'll pull this through. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. And so then see, we've got this little bead all the way at the top. Nose, center, whatever. So you don't have to make it too tight, just have to make sure that it's all lined up. And then you'll do the next row, which is 2 black beads. So it's easier if you just one side at a time. Doing videos with chubby fingers is kind of difficult. Wow. Yeah, if it's having issues going through, you can always just sort of twist it, make a string little thing. So you got the 2 there. You take the other end, put it through where it just had come out, I struggle sometimes. Son of a nutcracker. Through. There we are. There we are. Now I get 2. Oh, son of a nutcracker, came off the other one. So I'm gonna give myself a little more wiggle room so that I don't have any good. There we are. Then you've got 2 with the string on each side. Just pull those tight. And it seems weird to have a string so long for a bracelet that's not going to be that long. But the amount of string that has to go through all these beads, oof, that's some serious footage. So then you got 2. And I'm going to finish up the rest of the head and then show you how to do the arms. So once you've got to this point with your lizard, now you can make the front arms. And what we're going to do is we thread them all onto one side. So there's going to be 5 beads. In this case, there's 2 black. Yeah, and it's okay if that gets messed up a bit. It just is more of a head count, so you know what's there. Got your 2 black, and then your 3 purple. For the little toes. It's more of a gecko then. Yeah, little sticky pads. They're very cute. I like lizards. So once you have all 5, going through, then you'll take the end that you still have, bypassing the 3 purple. We're going to put them through the 2 black, but from the same direction as it went before. So then you have that nice little end coming through. We can just hold on to these, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, ooh, all the way until we get, ooh, I'll get that later, and all the way till we have it up here. Just pull so that it's nice and flush with the body. And that's how you make the leg. And so you'll make another one of those, and then we'll make body, and then make 2 more legs, and then the tail. And so I'm just gonna do that, and then I'll show you what we do once we finish the tail of the first lizard. Oop, there's the body. And at this point, we add the other legs. Also, if it starts sort of curling up on itself, you can just stretch a little bit because it means that there's not enough slack in between the rows. So once you have your first full lizard finished, see you've been going sort of horizontally with all of these. Now you can see why it's important that we did the separation of beads beforehand, because you're going to string these beads, extras, to be in the space between the tails. And so you can put two together, and it honestly doesn't really matter too much on sort of the pattern you decide for these. You can also set some aside in case some of the ones in the last lizard decide to run away from you, because that happens. But you can just thread those through like you would any other normal kind of bracelet. See how it's not too different, but it's enough. So just gonna put the rest of these on here. So once you have these middle beads completed, then you make the second lizard, which is like making the first lizard, but in this time, you're gonna do it backwards. So you're gonna start at the tail, and work your way up to the nose, and yeah. So the reason why I didn't actually decide to do the beading recorded is because it takes a very long time for me to bead. Very long. And like the sun has said over the time that it has taken me to make this thing. But yeah, just got a little bit to do at the end. The biggest issue with using this kind of cotton thread is that it does end up having a will of its own at some point. So make sure that it's actually small enough to get through the holes. It is a constant challenge. And you can see as it curls up, all you have to do is pull a little bit of slack, and it'll go to a more normal shape. Come on. One last bead. We can do this. We can do this. And then get a little nose. And then you are going to attach the lobster clasp here to the end. For the sake of balance, you can put string through each side. Egg. Voila. Then make sure it's still got a little bit of leeway. Then you can just tie a knot at the clasp. If you don't trust your knot so well, you can put a little dab of super glue or something to hold it better. Then trim your extras, and voila! I'm going to do this to the other hand. I don't know if it's obvious or not, but I'm right-handed. Yeah, so I got to find a way to open up the lobster claw clasp. There we are. And there's your twin lizards. Bye!